Hey guys, what is going on? NGS here, and first thing I want to say is Happy New Year to everybody. I hope you guys had a great vacation, had a Happy New Year. My vacation pretty much sucked for the most part because I was sick in bed with a terrible fever that turned into a terrible cough. And if you were playing with me on 360 the whole weekend, yeah, you know that cough was just out of this world. But the ironic part is I'm feeling better when we got to go back to school after just 1 week of vacation with, I don't know, retarded school district. So for any of you guys who are still on vacation like my good buddy Wyatt is in Canada, I hope you guys are living up your last week of vacation. But anyway, on to the more addressing topic. What is this video going to be about? Since it's a new year, that means it's a fresh start. For some people, it's a fresh start on YouTube. Some people, it's a time to make New Year's resolutions. And for me, fuck it, I'm just going to talk about video games. In this video, it's going to be my top 10 most anticipated, well, the games I'm looking most forward to coming out in 2011. Now, in gaming for 2010 for me really wasn't that big. I mean, I only bought maybe a few games here or there. But for the most part, the majority of the games I wanted to play were either unannounced or they got pushed back to 2011. But since it's 2011, these games are here, and hopefully, I'm hoping they don't get delayed anymore. So without further ado, I gotta say, this is just my opinions, you guys, so it's gonna be very subjective on what games I'm looking forward to. You might say, hey, why aren't you looking forward to this game? Or, why is this game here? I thought you would have been looking forward to this game as well. It's my opinion. These are just the games I'm looking for, so deal with it. You can always post what games you're looking forward to, your top 5, top 10, and it was really hard to pick a top 10. Like, I've got a top 20, but no one wants to stay here that long for me to read off a list of these 20 games that I'm looking forward to. So, enough babbling. Let's begin. Number 10 goes to Gears of War 3. Now, why you're asking it's so low? Well, Gears of War, the series in general, I do really enjoy the series. I think it's probably the best series Xbox has as far as a former exclusives. Well, Gears of War 1 is on PC, but I just really enjoyed it. Gears of War 1 was great. Gears of War 2, the campaign was really good, nice co-op feature, but the multiplayer online, come on guys, do not deny it, it was complete and utter crap. For the first 6 months the game came out, and then Epic came out with this epic patch which fixed everything. And now Gears of War 2 is finally playable. It is finally playable. And when I'm talking about bad, I'm talking about the servers. The servers were as bad as Black Ops. And I'm talking about Black Ops on PC, PS3 bad. And it was that bad. And by the time I sold Gears, because I bought Gears when it first came out, Gears of War 2 on that fact, and I just couldn't even touch the multiplayer because I could not get into a game that wasn't lagging, people glitching all over the place. And then by the time Epic fixed it, I sold the game. And they put out like all these great deals for the Gears of War 2 map packs, right as everybody sells the game because it was just a glitch fest. Great job, Epic, but I am going to be picking up Gears of War because if all is true, there is a Gears of War collection coming out, which is like the Game of the Year editions with all the DLC for $30. And it's just a rumor, I'm not so sure. But if that comes out, I'll gladly rebuy Gears of War 2 and play some of the multiplayer before Gears of War 3 comes out. But Gears of War 3 is looking really good so far. The campaign, 4-player co-op, charging chainsaws, jumping over cover, clapping people with grenades. It just looks awesome. And the multiplayer, the new game modes, it really looks like Epic stepping it up from Gears of War 2. And if they nail this right, it might make me keep my Xbox. Number 9 on the list goes to The Conduit 2. Now, I don't want any of you PS3, 360, first-person shooter Call of Duty heads saying that, oh, if you play shooters on Wii, then you're gay. Frankly, The Conduit, yeah, it wasn't what it should have been, but it was still a good game for the Wii. And The Conduit 2 is just looking so good so far. I mean, like, I've been playing Modern Warfare Reflex on Wii, and I have no problems with it, except for the frame rate. That's the only problem. The online is good for the most part. And I don't want any of you guys saying, oh, but it pales in comparison to the epic, amazing Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. Hey, The Conduit 2 is looking like it's going to be good for the Wii. I'm not saying it's going to be good for PS3 and 360, but so far, it's looking great, so fanboys, don't hate. You gotta respect, and you gotta give props. Every system has its shining glory. They each have their own games. You cannot say the 360 has no games. You cannot say the PS3 has no games. And you especially cannot say the Wii has got no games, because the Wii, we all knew the Wii won 2010. Don't lie. How do you fanboys feel when I say I played Donkey Kong Country Returns way more than I played Halo Reach? How do you feel? How do you feel about that? So Conduit 2, it's looking good so far, and I can't wait to get it. Number 8 on the list goes to The Last Story, which I'm really hoping gets a localization. This game's coming out in a couple weeks in Japan, and from what I've seen, the production value, it matches Final Fantasy. It just seems so Final Fantasy, and the game looks awesome. The graphics look great. I just look up some videos for the last story. It's this great Japanese RPG, and I'm really hoping it sees the shores of an American release. I mean, because there are a lot of Japanese RPGs out there, good ones, that need to be release dates. I don't know why they keep cranking out Final Fantasy remakes, rehashes all the time. I really don't know why. People are saying, like, oh, Final Fantasy 13. Okay, Final Fantasy 13, that could come out, but when you're remaking older Final Fantasy games onto the handheld systems, like, I don't care. If I want to play Final Fantasy 1, I'll play Final Fantasy 1. I don't have to play it on my PSP. I don't have to play it on my DS. Like, seriously, bring over other Japanese RPGs, critically acclaimed Japanese RPGs that, you know, could sell well and would branch off from the stereotype saying that all JRPGs are generic, which for the most part, people are basing that based on Final Fantasy for the majority of the time, and that's not true. There are a lot of great Japanese RPGs out there that just, they don't have an audience to come to. Number 7 on this list goes to Sorcery, which is the upcoming, let's see, I have it right here, PlayStation Move title, which is looking like it's going to be like one of those core titles for PlayStation Move, which you're actually going to enjoy playing. It's built for the PlayStation Move. Harry Potter, you've got competition because this game just looks epic. You charge up your spells, you flash them, you dodge going like that. It just looks awesome. The Workshop, I think that's the developers who are making this game. It was just amazing. You could see the amount of applause people gave like when they saw Sorcery and saw all that innovation. I mean, it just looks like it's going to be one of those core motion gaming titles that uses it to its fullest potential, which I don't think we're going to be really seeing a lot of those on Kinect. Not too many, in fact. Number 6 on the list is a game that is just on the horizon, and that is Dead Space 2. Now, Dead Space, do I have? Oh, still have it. Wow, surprising. Scariest game this generation by far. It was just something else. I mean, seriously, Resident Evil, if people can stand there and say that Resident Evil, I'm not talking about 5, I'm just talking in general, is a scary franchise. You haven't played Dead Space yet. Dead Space is just something else. I mean, it just blows all those other horror games out of the water. Silent Hill was the only game that I thought was scary. Like, Resident Evil, I never got scary when I played them. I'm like, what is this, honestly? I mean, the quirky controls is probably what really killed it for me. But Dead Space 2, the campaign's looking really strong. The multiplayer looks like they're really taking their time making this. Like, it's not like some other games, like Bioshock 2, where they only focus on one aspect, tack it on, make it half-assed, and they just completely disregard the other portion of it. So, Dead Space 2, Visceral Games, it's going to be amazing. Now we've reached the halfway point, and that's number 5, which is Uncharted 3. Oh my god! What? Uncharted 3? Number 5? So low? Why is it in number 1? Uncharted 3 Drake's Deception for the PlayStation 3 hits fall. And you guys are wondering, why isn't this game high up there? Frankly, I'm not one bit excited for Uncharted 3 Drake's Deception. I really don't know why, you guys. Probably because I'm still hung over on the Uncharted 1 and 2. It's just like, when you have like amazing games like that, you can't really function and say they're coming out with the next one in the series. I mean, it's just so weird. I mean, they announced it and then a year later it's coming out. I mean, I have no doubt it's going to be amazing. It's going to be probably Game of the Year 2011, but for all the other competition, it's going to have... Whew. But honestly, it's going to be amazing. We all know that. We all know Naughty Dog, so why overhype the game when we know it's going to be amazing, seriously? So that's why Uncharted 3 made number 5 on my list. Sorry, guys. Number 4, like Dead Space, is a game that is just 2 weeks away, and that is Little Big Planet 2. Oh my god. That game, it's going to be beast. If Uncharted somehow doesn't win Game of the Year, PS3's got Little Big Planet. Like, all you fanboys dissing Little Big Planet. Why are you dissing it? Why, honestly? Is it a kiddie game? Only kids should play it? So, if it has a kiddie approach, what, you think that by playing Call of Duty or Grand Theft Auto you are somehow badass gamers? Like, you got respect by playing that? No, I know people in their well 20s who play Call of Duty and still enjoy Little Big Planet. If you would probably take time to get the Call of Duty cock out of your ass, clean your ears of the Microsoft semen, then you would know how fantastic and amazing Little Big Planet is, really giving gamers the creative controls. Honestly, it gives you what you can do on the PC, creative control. And we have to see more games like that, especially these platforms, just incredible. And what they've done, they've just expanded, they made it, like they said, a platform for games. And you can overhype Little Big Planet because that is going to be an amazing game when it launches in 2 weeks. I think IGN posted the review. The other day, I just watched it and I agree with everything they say. For once, guys. Number 3 goes to The Last Guardian. I love Team Ico. They're one of my favorite developers. With just 2 games, just 2 critically acclaimed games, they've blown tons of series that are trying to make a comeback out of the water, and their 3rd game, it won't disappoint. If you guys really want to get into the Team Ico games but you don't have a backwards compatible PS2, pick up the Team Ico collection when it hits spring 2011. It comes with Ico and Shadow Colossus in HD, 720p, 3D support, and trophies, and this 3D looks like it's going to be worth it, because if you play Shadow of the Colossus, that game looks like it was made for 3D. It's got the basis and the foundation for 3D. So if you want to get those games, I highly recommend them when they come out. If you can't wait, just pick them up on PS2 for like $5 each. But I highly recommend those games because they just look incredible. And The Last Guardian just, it does not look like it's going to disappoint, like, honestly. We're down to the top 2, and number 2 goes to Mass Effect 3. And you guys already know this. I love Mass Effect. I just beat it a couple of days ago. It was a phenomenal story. Even without playing Mass Effect 1, there's still a ton of backstory you can read from like the codex and the journals. And it was an epic game. Like, honestly, that is my game of the year 2010. I don't care what anybody says. And Mass Effect 3, what can you say? It's going to be incredible. Now, I know this isn't the last game in the Mass Effect series, because now that BioWare is owned by EA, of course EA doesn't want to end a series, like, especially, you know, them with their sports games. They're going to want to keep it going, so they're probably going to do like a whole new type of Mass Effect with different characters, how it's going to tie in these characters to the Shepard team, the Normandy team, actually, I should say. And that's probably going to be like Mass Effect 4 or Mass Effect Chronicles or whatever, you know. But Mass Effect 3, it's going to be an amazing game. It's released on multi-platform, PS3, Xbox 360, PC. And if you love BioWare in their games, Wyatt, if you love BioWare, do not, I'm telling you right now, my friend, do not miss up on Mass Effect 3, because that game, I don't even know if it's getting delayed or not, but it's one of my Game of the Year nominees. I'm just going to say it right now. I'm getting so overhyped on that. And we are down to number 1. What could NGS's most anticipated game of 2011, still hoping for 2011, could be? The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword for the Nintendo Wii. Now, there's been a lot going around on this game that really, I don't understand the criticisms a lot of people have been making. No, most notably, it's not coming from the reviewers this time. Oh, for once, IGN, you're safe. It's coming from the fanboys and the fan base. A lot of people are saying, oh, I don't like the art style. It reminds me of Wind Waker. What happened? We were going more for ultra-realistic Zelda. The art style is a mixture between Wind Waker and Twilight Princess, so it's unique in its own fashion. It is, like Miyamoto said, a painting come to life. I believe that's what he said. And I love it. I just can't get enough of the art style. It looks really great. And from what they've demoed, they're really taking the Wii Motion Plus and they're using that to its extreme. If you've ever played Red Steel 2 on the Wii, another great game I recommend to anybody, the sword play control is fairly like that. It's probably going to be 10 times better though. But, man, this game cannot come soon enough. I've been waiting for it ever since there was rumors that they were going to make a new Zelda game on Wii, which is pretty rare. I mean, ever since Majora's Mask, we've never gotten a second Zelda game on the same console. I mean, not even with Wind Waker. Well, if you want to count the Four Swords Adventure, which I don't. But LOZ Skyward Sword is just going to be fucking beast. And honestly, once that game comes out, PS3 and 360, they're going to have to take a back seat because I'm going to be on the Wii 24/7 for that game. And well, guys, that is it. Those are my top 10, my own opinion, games that I'm looking forward to most in 2011. Hopefully none of these games get any delays. Most of them probably don't, so they got some concrete release dates, but you never know what can happen. I really want to see what you guys think, so get involved, post comments, video responses on what are your most anticipated games, and don't flame me because my opinion is different. It's just the thing that we people have. It's called opinions. We're not all built equally, alright? Just pointing out there for certain people. So I'm NGS signing out. Happy New Year. Catch you guys later.